Hey guys, welcome back to another Diorama ToyReviews, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Venom from the Venom movie. So let's get to it. So guys, before we go ahead and take a look at the packaging, I do want to point out that I do have a new backdrop that I'm using here today. I hope you do like it. I'm going to have a few videos that will come out using this particular backdrop. With that stated, let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. Of course, this is that same packaging that we've come to expect from Hasbro with the window box that allows you to see the figure and any accessories that come with that particular figure. This particular figure is a standalone, so it is not part of a Build-A-Figure wave. It does have this lovely Venom writing on the front and a lovely shot of the Venom head from the movie. And of course, a lovely product shot on the back with a quick blurb about the actual character itself. With that stated, guys, let's go ahead and get Venom out of the packaging and take a better look. Alright guys, so here is Venom out of the packaging. Now, I do like the figure, but I do have a couple gripes that I will talk about when we go through this review. But overall, I do like seeing the new body mold that they have released here. Now, I think the paintwork that they've done on this particular figure is really well done. I would have liked, and maybe they will reuse this body mold to do a more comic book style Venom. But I would have liked to have the Venom logo on the front of the and back of the actual character. But that stated, the paintwork that is on this is done fairly well. The sculpting is also really great. I do like the texture that they have all over the body. It's really great. It's not just a flat, plain plastic. It has been sculpted, so it does look like something climbing or crawling all over the actual figure itself. The accessories that he comes with, of course, is the two open hands, the Venom head with the long tongue, two fisted hands, and of course the head with just the big grin or smile. Now, one of the things I don't like per se is the shape of the head. I find it's really elongated. I'd like it to be maybe a little bit bulkier on the top here instead of it being so flat. I don't remember it being that way in the actual movie. Maybe it was, but I don't recall. I do want to point out, I do like the Venom movie. I think they did a pretty good job on it. It's not as good as some of the other movies out there, but I do like it. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the articulation with this guy and some of the points of contention that I have. The main one is to do with the actual head. Now, there's two parts to this. It's the way that the head is sculpted for both these head sculpts and the actual way that they utilized it. You cannot lift his head up very high without it popping off the ball joint there. And this is the problem that I have, is that there's not a lot of wiggle room on this ball joint. So you can't get it to go back very far or forward very far without the head popping off due to how high the neck is on here. I think if this was lowered just a little bit, or if they made this peg up a little higher so that the head had more range, it would be great. It looks great when the head is on because you don't have any kind of gapping, but you are reducing the movement of that head. So that's my main kind of gripe for the actual articulation. Now, I do like the shoulders. They're actually on a ratchet joint. So they do have a lot of movement and they do hold their pose. He can stretch out this far. He does have that upper arm swivel. He does have double jointed elbows. He's got a lot of range there. The wrists do swivel back and forth, and they do hinge in and out. I'm just noticing right now that on my particular copy, there is no paint on the right hand. However, there is paint on the left hand here. For the chest and abdominal area, this is different. This is what we're seeing on some of the newer action figures that they're releasing here, or Hasbro is releasing here. And that is the fact that there's no hip swivel, and they've reversed the ab crunch. So you have a crunch at the waist that allows you to bend that far forward and this far back. But the traditional ab crunch has been removed, and you have the swivel up here, but it also allows you to move, so you have an even wider range of articulation that you can get out of this than you typically would with the other style that they had. So I do like what they've done here, because you still have the ability to shift him and get different poses, and you can get him to bend forward and backwards quite a lot with a lot more range of motion. The hips do kick out this far. They do kick this far forward and that far back. He does have the upper thigh swivel. He has double jointed knees, which are really great. And then the feet are one of the other problems I have with this particular figure, and that's the fact that you can only get it to go that far up, so it doesn't have a lot of movement. There you go. This far up, it's pretty tight to do that. It's just the way that they've designed the foot. It can go back pretty far, and it does have the ankle swivel, which is great. My main problem, other than the fact that I would have liked the foot to go up a little bit farther, is I'm pretty sure they've used the beast feet on this figure, and it kind of looks ape-like. So you have the toe that's out farther. It just looks weird. I would have liked still the bare feet, but had a more human-looking foot than what they're using here. Maybe they'll correct that on future versions, or on future versions just give them plain like booted feet type things. Overall though, guys, I think they did a fairly decent job, and I do like what they're doing with the new body molds. I just think they have to iron out a couple more things, really. Let's take a really quick look at the head sculpt here. As you can see, they've done a really good job. There is some paint missing on some of the teeth, but I mean, it is a Carnage figure, so it kind of makes them look even more gruesome. And let's take a look at this one. Again, I like the big grin. I just, like I said, think it's a little too elongated this way, and it just needed to be up a little bit farther here with that. But overall, I do think it's a nice figure, and I'm glad to have it in my collection. He'll go good against my Spider-Man figures I have in my collection. You'll probably notice a bit of a theme with the videos that I'll have coming out here over the next little bit, where I tend to have a lot of villains for Spider-Man, and that's purposely done so in order to build up some of that villain category for that particular figure. I have a lot of Spider-Man figures, just not a lot of villains. So guys, I hope that you liked the video. If you did, by all means, click on that like button. If you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, click on the subscription button, and also click on that bell notification so you can be updated with any new content that I release through the year. And as always, guys, stay nerdy.